What's up, family? It's Caden with Urban Finance. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the two most important reasons why I think I'm failing at Dave Ramsey baby step number 6. And to the right of me, if you're unfamiliar with Dave Ramsey baby steps, those are the 7 baby steps. Dave Ramsey is a financial expert that came up with these 7 baby steps that a lot of people followed. I did financial peace myself, which made a lot of sense, and I enjoyed the class, but I just can't seem to get baby step number 6, and I'll talk about it in this video. And so baby step number 1 is to save $1,000. Baby step number 2 is to pay off all your debt. Now, I'll say during the pandemic, it's highly debatable if baby step number 1 still makes sense in terms of it may be too little bit of money given everything that has happened and transpired, and given the amount of people that will probably end up homeless if they only had $1,000 at that time saved up. But that's, neither here nor there, and not the point of this particular video. And baby step number 3 is a 3 to 6 months emergency fund, which makes sense. Baby step number 4 is to invest 15%, and I say invest at least 15%. We're all at different places financially though. And baby step number 5 is to invest in your child's college fund. And baby step number 6, the one that I'm failing at currently, is to pay off your home. And I'll talk about exactly why I'm failing at this particular baby step. So the reason I'm failing at baby step number 6 is because I don't necessarily believe in it. So there's a lot in baby step number 6 that just does not make sense for me. Hear me out. So the idea behind baby step number 6 is that after you've done 1 through 5, then all of your additional money will go directly to your mortgage and paying that down as soon as possible. And the idea is when you're done with your mortgage, you will have financial peace. Now that part makes sense to me. Now putting all your extra money towards a mortgage does not necessarily make sense to me anymore. And the reason is there is just so much benefit in having a mortgage. First of all, there's a mortgage interest deduction. And so what that means is that if you're paying interest, which you will be paying a whole lot of interest if you have a mortgage, all of that interest could essentially be deducted. And so that's one way that people with a mortgage save money. You're also able to deduct your PMI, which is primary mortgage insurance. And so if you're paying PMI, you're also able to deduct that. That's only if you have a mortgage, and obviously it's under 20% paid off at the time. You can also obviously deduct property taxes, which doesn't make a difference if you have a mortgage or not, but that's another benefit in having a home in general. And those are some of the benefits in having a mortgage. The counter argument to that is that the interest you're paying to the bank is actually higher than what you will be saving if you were to pay off your mortgage early. But in these times where interest rate is so low, where you can get an interest rate between 2.5% and 4%, that argument just does not hold up. So let's take a look at my Charles Schwab investment account really quickly. So here is my Charles Schwab portfolio, where my investments are very simple. It's only 2 stocks in here: SWPPX, which is the Charles Schwab S&P 500 Index Mutual Fund. And then I'm also invested into another company, Simon Property Group, in here. But primarily going forward, the only investment that I'll be doing is within the SWPPX S&P 500 Index Fund. And this particular investment should garner me a good bit of money, well above the 2.5 to 4% that I will be saving by paying off my home early. And so as you can see over here, in one of the accounts, I am up 58%. And in the other one that just has the S&P 500 index in it, I am up about 7%. And most of that money was invested in that account last month. And so just imagine that. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that if instead of paying off my mortgage early to a 2.5% interest to a 4% interest, I were to invest the money here and let's say conservatively got a 10% rate of return, I will have significantly more money to pay towards my home. And so, for example, if I was to just to pay towards my home, it would take me at least 10 plus years to pay off my home. But by putting the money in here first, I'm able to pay off my home in 7 years. And that's factoring the fact that I will probably have to pay a 15% capital gain tax on the interest gathered into this fund. And so that was the second reason that I am failing at the Dave Ramsey baby step number 6, is just because with interest as low as it is today and the potential returns that I can get in the market, it just does not make sense to me. It's not the best financial move for someone that is in my particular position. And so this is the route that I will be going forward. I'm not going to be putting any additional funds above what I have to pay towards my mortgage, and the rest of the money will be going into this account, invested in, like I said, SWPPX, which is Charles Schwab S&P 500 Index Fund. The great thing about this fund is that you can start investing it for as little as $1, which means if I make an extra $10, let's say doing Uber or Lyft or something like that, I can actually just throw it in here and be that much closer to paying off my mortgage. And so, yes, I do believe in paying off my mortgage early, but I do not necessarily believe in just throwing the money directly at it because it does not make the most financial sense to me. And I understand there is a little bit of additional risk doing it this way because we can't predict when the market is going to be up and we can't predict the market is going to be low. But we know in the long run, the market has continually gone up. And like I've said in other videos, the reason why paying off my mortgage is so important to me and my family is because it brings our cost of living so low that we can practically live off of passive income. And so that may be money that we have coming out of the stock market. That may be money that we have coming in from YouTube and different other passive source like Amazon and things of that nature. And so that is why paying off our home is so important, and doing it in this particular fashion is important for us because it gets us there several years sooner than just throwing the money at the mortgage. All right, family, I hope you found this video to be beneficial. Feel free to go ahead and smash that like button. It really helps out the channel. All right, thank you for watching this entire video. If you made it all the way to the end, I'll summarize it for you. So the reason why I'm failing at Dave Ramsey baby step number 6 is because I have completely given up on doing Dave Ramsey baby step number 6 the way that Dave Ramsey recommends it. And you know, if you watch Dave, if you're not doing it the way that he recommends it, then you're not following his baby steps. And so I will not be putting money directly towards my mortgage, but I will be paying off my mortgage early. Feel free to check out this video I did about how I plan to pay off my mortgage within 7 years. This will give you the exact strategy that I plan to use. Now, like I always say, God bless you, and remember to live your best life.